Throughout the past year, I've conducted several interviews, various authors, different genres, mostly in horror. And all of them, they're all authors, so you would think most of them would be pretty much the same. Not the case in this one. Today, I'm interviewing somebody completely different. Yes, he is in the horror genre, splatterpunk, pretty extreme to be honest. But Rowland Bercy Jr. is quite possibly everything that I never expected. I met him in person at the Texas AuthorCon in 2022, back in July. And let's just say he surprised me, especially after I'd read his books. But let's not listen to me talk all about it. Let's talk to the man himself. How are you?
Yeah, doing great. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks so much for coming on and doing this today.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm happy to be here after I had to cancel on you a few times.
Don't
I know I feel so bad though. I do.
It hasn't been just you. We've all been dealing with stuff.
I saw because you're doing your Halloween decorations, which I love.
Oh yeah, I'm having a blast with that.
Are you done setting them up?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because we're doing like this whole walkway. Our porch is like really long.
Uh-huh.
So everywhere you walk down the walkway is a different theme type thing.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's gonna cost you a lot of money though. Or is it costing a lot? Are you buying new stuff or did you already have stuff that you're using?
Actually, most of it we've had for, oh my gosh, we've had some of it for about 8 years.
Oh, nice.
Okay, actually, my
dad
is bringing something in for you.
No, not the creepy dog. No, anything but that. No, that's one of my biggest fears. I heard you like, what was that?
Well, we got a whole playground full of those things. So it's so fun. Okay, so I'm just going to say, when I first learned about you, of course, it was shortly after Abortion came out.
Yes.
And everything I saw about you, you were like the most down-to-earth, like soft-spoken person I've ever seen. And then I read your book. And the book is like disgustingly amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell me where all of this comes from.
I guess two things. First, I'm a Scorpio, so you have that dual sign. I'm the sweetest person in the world, and then I could be a little crazy, even though I don't get a little crazy often. So I think that, but I've always loved horror. I've always loved, especially the more extreme side of horror, like the movie Martyrs and, Silo and Cannibal Holocaust. And it's all my mom's fault. She used to read the, what was it? Like the true crime novels.
Oh, those are the best.
Yes, and she would leave them hanging around the house, and I picked one up, and it was all over.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, how'd you come up with the idea for Abortion, though?
So I love the movie It's Alive. That is one of the creepiest movies. I will say that in any interview. It's Alive, Trilogy of Terror, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. The most creepiest movies because they involve little things. And little things like that little creepy doll you just had freaked me out. So I thought about like It's Alive and I was like, so that baby was trying to get home to its mom. How about we do a baby in the first trimester trying to get home to his mom? And I don't know where it came from, but I was like, I wonder if I can do that. I wonder how that would be if I write that story. And I was thinking about it for years. I was like, ooh, I want to do a story about a lady who has an abortion, but then the baby wants to go home and it's alive and it goes back to her. And so one day I was dealing with kind of a heartache. It was a long story. And I was so sad and I needed something to distract myself. So first, I got a new job as an international flight attendant and I was flying all over the world.
Oh, wow.
But then the doctor that I worked for asked me to come back to work with him. So then I found myself back in Houston and I still needed more of a distraction. So I was like, okay, I've been thinking about this book for years. I need to distract myself. I need to find something to throw myself into. So I sat down one day and I was like, I'm gonna see if I could write a story and publish it and do artwork and do editing. I didn't do the editing myself. And 6 months later, Abortion was born. So pun intended. So yeah, that's how it happened. And I didn't even think that I would do anything else after Abortion. I was like, oh, I did it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But then I was like, I want to write a witch story. No, actually, the second thing was somebody read it and they wanted me to be part of an anthology or a collection, which is when I wrote Pre-Thanksgiving Stress Disorder.
Oh, I didn't know that one was in a collection.
Yeah, so there's this collection with Russell Holbrook, Trevor Kennedy, and it's called The Distended Table. And so all like Thanksgiving related stories or holiday related. So that's where Pre-Thanksgiving Stress Disorder is in. And yeah.
Cause see, I just have the copy of it, so I love it.
Thank you. I see my books back there.
Yeah, I have all of them, including Baker's Dozen. I have it.
That's fun. Thank you. And then
now, again, you are just so opposite of your writing. So we go from Abortion to a necromantic romance story or love story.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my God. That was the last thing I expected from you.
Good. I don't know where that one came from. Oh, well, Matt Shaw. I love Matt. He's such a sweet guy. He's crazy. I met him at ChillerCon in 2019 when it was live. And then after, Matt asked me to write a story for his collection. And he was like, it's got to be body horror, whatever. And so I was like, what can I do that's really out there? So I was like, ooh, a man having sex with corpses in all 4 stages of decomposition. So then I started doing research on body forms. And don't ever do that. Don't ever do, what is a body form? Blah, blah, blah. Because there are some disgusting pictures on there.
Okay, like, now I'm curious.
Right. But I suffered through it, and where the idea for that one came in. But I think I had fun writing it.
I know your attention to detail is impressive. I mean, you've got like medical terms and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know what he's talking about, but it's amazing.
Thank you.
So, okay. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Payback is a Witch. I just finished reading that one. Oh, wow. And you have got some really intense female characters. Also in Pre-Thanksgiving Stress Disorder.
Yes.
I mean, you've got like, well, dare I say it, they're total badasses. I mean, why such a strong, I guess, connection to these, totally empowered women? What makes you use those specifically for your stories?
Because you guys are freaking awesome and amazing. Y'all are way more powerful than any of. I'm sorry, men are gonna hate me. Women are freaking stronger than us. Y'all can take pain. Y'all know how to deal with stuff. If I'm in pain, I'm on the floor crying like a little baby. Y'all will power through. So I just think that tough, empowered females are necessary in writing. Oftentimes you might see it's me, little, pathetic, weak. No. I'm not having that with you guys. Y'all are fabulous, strong, emotional, and I think I relate to that for some reason. I don't know why. And so I want to show that in my writing as well.
You do a great job of it. I mean, especially in Payback as a Witch. The 2 women together, the mother and the daughter, I mean, it's impressive. The connection they have with each other outside of what takes place, Nice. I mean, it's wonderful. Seriously. I don't think I've read anything of yours that I haven't enjoyed.
Awesome. I love you. So, and I think I like to write about stuff that I love. I love witchcraft. I think women are powerful. I love creepy little things. In Homegrown, in Baker's Dozen, I get so mad when I see people cutting down trees, and I was like, I wanted some kind of revenge story. So that's where that one came from. So I think I put a little bit of everything that I love into my stories.
Well, that's what makes them good and relatable. I mean,
Yes.
once you pick them up and you start reading them, it's like you have to know what's going to happen,
Yes.
And
Yes.
literally, I've read each one in a night.
Oh, wow.
so,
Thank you.
okay, you said you wrote Unbortion, and you didn't think you were going to continue. So, what made you decide? Okay, you know what? I'm going to keep trying this. Aside from being asked for the anthologies and stuff.
Well, I think after I was asked to do the asked. I'm from New Orleans, so I say
It's
everything wrong. They throw it on me at work all the time. So after I was asked to do the anthology, I just realized how much fun I was having, and I guess I hate saying this, but I realized I was good at it. At least I'm not bragging, but I think I'm okay at storytelling,
yeah.
and so thanks. So I think that after I realized, oh my God, this is something that I didn't even know I had inside of me. I'm 51 years old, so I had no idea I would ever write a story. So after I started doing it, I was like, man, this is fun. I'm good at this, and I wanted to continue.
Do you have plans for more? I mean, do you got something in the works or anything like that right now?
Yeah, I actually just submitted a story to Sentinel Creatives, and it's a Louisiana folklore story. Um, I have two collections that I'm working on, or collaborations that I'm working on. I can't say much about those.
No.
And then I have another story, which is hopefully going to be my longest one. I'm kind of stuck, so I'm letting that sit for a little while. I'm about 25,000 words into it, which is 2 times longer than Abortion or any of my other books.
Wow.
So hopefully it'll be my longest one yet. And I hope to have that like early next year.
Oh, awesome. I'm
Yeah.
excited. So tell us about what you do outside of writing. I know you do some podcasts and such.
Yes, so we're doing the Written and Read podcast with me, Aaron Beauregard, Daniel Wolpe, and Carver Pike. We've taken a little hiatus because we were recording 2 times a week, and they were pretty long. Like the recordings would go almost 2 hours. So
Goodness.
we got some piled up that we're releasing, and I think we're gonna start re-recording probably in November.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And other than that, I love going to the movies, like being out, just anything outside. I'm going kayaking this Saturday or this Sunday, which I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're going to get off writing completely. And just for the fun of it, tell me your number one all-time favorite horror movie and why.
Oh, goodness. Cabin in the Woods.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. And I like it because I like variety in the movies. First of all, I'm a huge cryptid fan. And Cabin in the Woods has cryptids and supernaturals and everything else you could think about. So I think that the variety of monsters in it and mermaids, and I love mermaids if anybody knows. So they had a completely different take on the mermaid though. But I enjoyed their vision of it.
Yeah, their mermaid was kind of terrifying.
It was definitely terrifying. And another thing with Cabin in the Woods, that the CGI was excellent. Like, you get some of these movies where CGI is just terrible. I don't know if you ever seen the remake of The Thing.
I have. It's not great.
It's not great at all. But they did really good with the CGI in Cabin in the Woods.
Yes, that is true. That one's a good one. I mean, it's one of my faves, but not like number one. I'm kind of picky.
What's number one for you?
A classic, 1984, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Which one is that one? I can't remember.
Very first one.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, the one with Johnny Depp and all them. I mean,
yes.
You can't beat a classic.
Oh, no. Yeah, you definitely beat a classic.
Who's your favorite slasher of the original slashers?
I would probably go with Jason.
Oh.
Why? Who are you gonna say? Who are you gonna say?
Freddy. I mean, come on.
I was this close to picking Freddy. I don't know why I like Jason so much. Jason's got this like calm, cool, collected. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up no matter how far you run or how fast you run. So just you might as well just lay down and let me kill you now.
This is true. Okay, so, well, since we're on that subject, tell me you're not going to say that Jason won in Freddy versus Jason.
He did. He had Freddy's head at the end. He was literally holding Freddy's head at the end. Jason.
But Freddy still winks. I mean, come on.
Well, what are you gonna do? Bite his dick off? Oops. Sorry. He has no hands.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. You know what? You were totally opposite of what I ever thought.
I'm hot. My ears are hot. My face is hot.
When I met you at the author convention, you were so like quiet and like so soft spoken, and here you are, totally opposite. Oh my gosh!
I'm quiet until I get to know you, and then once I get to know you, it's like no telling what's gonna come out of my mouth. I'm even like
I
that
love
with my
it. I
family.
think
Like,
it's great.
oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Are you gonna actually? Are you gonna be attending the next convention in July? Actually,
I thought
the Texas Author Con.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've got my table reserved for that, and then of course I'm doing what was the other one? Scares That Care next year.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing! That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's one I've never been to, but it's not close by, so.
It was a challenge getting there. Oh my god, because it was in Virginia, I think.
Yeah.
That was the most. So I've never missed a plane ever. I get there. My plane was supposed to leave at like 7:45 in the morning. I get there at like 7:40, and I'm walking up to the gate, and they're closing the door. And I was like, "That's my plane. What are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, we can't let you on." I was like, "It's not even 7:45. I'm here early." And he was like, "Oh, you got to get here at least 15 minutes before." Yes. So I'm looking at them. Other people walk onto the plane, and they wouldn't let me on. Oh, I was so mad.
My gosh.
So I had to get rebooked on another flight. And then coming back home, I was leaving that Monday, I think. So I checked out of the hotel, went to the airport, and I get there and I'm trying to check in, and it was like, what are you doing? Your plane is leaving tomorrow. And I was like, no, look at my confirmation. It says Monday on it. They changed my flight without even telling me. Yes.
Oh my god.
I was like, I've already checked out of my hotel. What am I supposed to do? So they gave me this little $200 measly credit, and then they flew me to Washington, put me up in a hotel, and then had to fly me out the next night. It was a mess.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
but you made it, right?
Yeah, I made it. It was worth it. That was my first convention. That was my first convention as a vendor. Because I went to KillerCon in 2019. So it was my first convention as a vendor, and it was so much fun.
Okay, now see, my first convention is going to be in July at the Texas Author Con. It's my very first one. I'm terrified.
No, you're going to have a great time.
But luckily, I know so many of you that are going to be there, so it's going to be great. I'm so excited.
Easy peasy. Yeah.
And you'll be at the after party, right?
Sure, of course. I hope. Yeah, I'll be there.
Wouldn't be.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Well, look, I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but seriously, thank you so much for joining me. It was so much fun talking to you.
Oh, thank you. You've been such a pleasure. You and I have been talking on Facebook quite a bit, and I can't tell you how nice it is to finally, we talked but to be on your show, and just how sweet you are, and how supportive and encouraging. And for somebody who I've only been writing 3 years, and that's new. That is new. I still have such a long way to go. But to have the support and encouragement and love from you and the other readers and the other authors, I feel like I'm on top of the world.
Good. You deserve to. Because seriously, your writing is wonderful. And not to mention, you're just so sweet. I mean, seriously. again, and you're welcome to come back anytime.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
As you may have noticed, I didn't do a typical outro for this video. That's because, as a little added bonus, and what's going to be a surprise when he sees this, since I've already reviewed Unbortion on my website, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little review of both Payback is a Witch and Pre-Thanksgiving Stress Disorder. So let's start with Payback is a Witch. A magically fueled novella of extreme horror proving that hell hath no fury like a Wiccan woman scorned. Okay, that breaks it down, of course, but that is nothing, to say the least, of what I felt about this book. First of all, the main thing I noticed was the lead character was a total badass. I mean, both lead characters were. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that Rowland Bercy Jr. is wonderful about choosing his lead characters to be these phenomenal, basically strong women. It's awesome. It is so impressive. The attention to detail, the way he describes the bayou in Louisiana, it's astounding, and honestly, I can picture myself there. So, needless to say, I absolutely give Payback is a Witch a solid 5 stars. Now, moving on to Pre-Thanksgiving Stress Disorder. Okay, so obviously his very first book, Unbortion, was my favorite. I can't deny that. I absolutely love that story, but I've already reviewed that one. But I'm going to say that PTSD is a very, very close second. Let's do a quick synopsis. The McIntyre family makes an obscene amount of income every holiday season off the slaughter of thousands of turkeys. But the amount of money isn't the only thing obscene about their deceptive family farm. The conditions are inhumane, their practices are unsanitary, and the methods they utilize in cultivating their annual poultry genocide are beyond cruel and unusual. Staunch vegan and proud standing member of PETA, Rebecca has had enough. And this year, she's serving up a heaping dish of Old Testament justice that will give the McIntyre family a long overdue wake-up call. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to say it. Of course, I love the lead character. I mean, she shares my name. So, there's that. But that isn't my favorite part. Again, with the details, the way he describes the procedures, the different techniques, I mean, it's disturbing. Of course, it was hard to read because I cannot stand reading anything that involves animals, and he is so good with the details that it was just cringeworthy. But at the same time, that's what made it absolutely phenomenal. The way that Rebecca attacked when she decided to get her justice, it was impressive. I mean, I don't want to give anything away for those of you, of course, that may not have already read this, but if you haven't, you absolutely need to. So, with that being said, of course he gets 5 stars. I mean, why wouldn't he? So far, I've loved everything I've ever read by him, and I know you will too. So, in closing, I'm going to attach all the links to any of his social medias, where you can find him, where you can find his books, and of course his main website. And again, a huge thank you to Rowland Bercy Jr. for joining me on my channel, and I hope to see you all again. Like and subscribe below, and come back next time.